I'm Justin Thames, Director of Governmental Affairs for the Florida Institute of CPAs. And today we're here in Orlando for the NASBA Regional Conference, and I'm happy to be with President and CEO of NASBA, Ken Bishop. He's been gracious enough to give us an opportunity to ask a couple of questions today. Ken, thanks for having us.
Glad
thanks
to be
for coming
here.
to Florida.
And we're glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I had three questions I wanted to ask you today. And first, the underlying theme that we've heard during the conference is collaboration. A lot of collaboration going on between the NASBA, the AICPA, and state societies like the FICPA. So talk to us a little bit about how some of that collaboration takes place and how it pushes the profession forward.
Sure. Well, that's a great question. I can tell you in today's environment, almost everything ends up in some type of a legislative body. And there is so much legislation, good and bad. And really, they're never going to be effective unless there's a lot of coordination and really a consensus between, for example, the state society and the state board of accountancy. It works very similar between NASBA and the AICPA. Just a couple examples when we talk about the rapid transition to technology. How are we going to manage that? It's going to take buy-in from the profession and the regulator as to how we get our arms around that. Similarly, education. Is education going to keep up? Again, it's going to take either legislative changes, rule changes, and it's so much more easy to get things done. It's never easy, but it's easier if there is a lot of coordination between the regulator and the state society, in the case of the State Board of Accountancy.
Yeah, that's very true. And we've talked a lot this week about cryptocurrency and about the future of the profession when it comes to technology. What's one thing that, if you had one thing to share with our Florida CPAs today, that you'd share with us about the profession, what's going on with the regulation of the profession?
Well, I think you just nailed it. I mean, if you listen to the theme of this conference, I can tell you the speakers that come to our conferences, we don't solicit any certain perspective, and every single one of them has built into their presentation something about the rapid transition and the use of technology, whether it's cryptocurrency, use of blockchain, use of data analytics and audits. It isn't going to happen in the future, it's happening right now. And I have to tell you, one of the big questions is the profession ready for it? And then if the profession's ready for it, are regulators ready to do what they need to do with the profession as far as understanding. We just had a presentation today about cryptocurrency, and it's pretty apparent that most of us in the room were really learning the very basic premises of how cryptocurrency works. So we're not prepared yet. So that is on our front burner right now, is how do we get state regulators up to speed on the things that they may need to do in the future.
I think that's so true, and as somebody that was in the room, my eyes were certainly open wide with the cryptocurrency presentation today. Think about the profession in the future, and speaking in the future, we've seen some changes made to the exam in recent years, and we're just starting to see some of the numbers come through about most recent participants and students that have sit for the exam. Can you tell us a little bit about kind of what the pipeline's starting to look like now that we've seen the changes to the exam take full implementation?
Sure. It's probably one of the rare times that a little bit of loss of confidence in what exactly the pipeline looks like. And the reason for that is there's been some anomalies, actually some positive anomalies. Last April, we changed the exam significantly, and what we know is when we change the exam, there is a real change in candidate behavior. So there's a spike of people who want to sit for the exam before it launches, and then there's a declination, a dip, and you never know how long it's going to take for it to rebound. One of the problems with this one is following that April launch, we then had to change the gateway system, and the knowledge that next April is going to be another change. I will tell you this, the good news is we look at the accounting schools and the pipeline is full. We do surveys of accounting students, and many of them want to become CPAs. We also talk to the exam prep courses, and we know that their numbers are looking pretty good. So I think we're optimistic, but at the same time, we want to make sure we're paying close attention to it and we don't miss them.
Well, I think with all these changes to the profession and certainly the interest from our students, I'd say optimistic is a great way to put it, and a lot of what's been talked about today provides a lot of optimism for where the profession is going. Really glad that everybody could come to Florida and spend some time down here. Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate it, and congratulations on a great conference.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We enjoyed being here.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.